Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, it's being said that Representative Maxine Waters made some controversial statements, and some are even saying that her statements were insightful for violence, that she is inciting violence. Now, I'm going to tell you what she said in a moment, but the fact that they are calling her statements controversial in regards to the Derek Chauvin trial is kind of laughable to me, because we all heard exactly what number 45 and so many others have said over the years. I mean, we've seen videos surface where there's actually people of what they call the dominant race. That's what they call the dominant race, where these people are actually saying that if this, that, or the other happens in this trial, that they should go about and start killing black people, any black person, even if you have nothing to do with this trial. And even before that, we've heard those kinds of statements made over the years, not just in this case, but in many other cases. There was a video that surfaced where a business owner, a white business owner, was saying that they should just go out and start killing us. Okay? But yet they want to say that Maxine Waters' statement is inciting violence and is very controversial. So this is what she said. Representative Maxine Waters, she told a crowd at a rally in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, that she's hoping for a guilty verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial. And if there isn't one, that activists have got to get more confrontational. That was her statement. But they said that she's inciting violence. Now we heard in the case of Donald Trump when he told his people, to do what they did, and they stormed the Capitol. People ended up dead, and we saw the violence unfold. In this case, however, Maxine Waters, she's a woman who is tired. She's a woman who has lived through a long time of watching so-called black people be treated a certain way, and the wheels of justice stopped spinning when they said, nope, not guilty. In this case, nope, not guilty. Yet again, nope, not guilty. So many times we see non-guilty pleas put in, and we see the system say, you know what? I don't believe they're guilty. They acted within the law. So are you saying that the law is okay with innocent black people being killed? The one that really gets me is, there's so many that get me, but the case of Philando Castile, that one was horrible because he was a man who was working within the law. He said, look, officer, I have a legal weapon. I just wanted to inform you because the law tells me I do. But just because he told the officer the situation, they took his life and were found not guilty. So this is the kind of stuff that we are seeing constantly. And to think that Maxine Waters or any so-called black person wouldn't be frustrated at this, it is ludicrous. She's not inciting violence. She is not inciting violence, but of course you will have those who will see things another way because they are so used to getting their way. They're so used to being able to kill and find themselves not guilty. I'm curious as to what you all think in the comment section. Are they blowing Maxine Waters' statement out of proportion? I will say this, however, she probably shouldn't have said that because in this country, Anything you say can and will be used against you. She probably shouldn't have said that. But when you are talking about a system where if you protest, think about this. They let people off who will take their vehicle and ram their vehicle into a crowd of black people. They say, he didn't do anything wrong. They let him walk free. So they can approach you and be confrontational. Look at the young man, is it Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever? The country is rallying around him with all kinds of money and he went there looking for violence during a protest. He went there looking for violence. But they rally around him and say, oh, innocent Kyle, let's really help him, right? But if a black person decides to reciprocate what is being thrown at them, then it's wrong. When you say confrontational, what are you exactly saying? Is that inciting violence? When we say no justice, no peace, is that inciting violence? That's pretty much, that's just a spun around version of what Maxine Waters said. No justice, no peace is pretty much a spun around version of get more confrontational. Meaning confront issues differently. Instead of sitting back, just being beat down, try defending yourself. So I think what they're saying, what this country is saying, black people, you cannot defend yourself. You have to handle everything peacefully, even if we're beating you upside your head, even if we're pummeling you, even if we are spitting on you, kicking you, throwing you to the ground, tossing you over a bridge. You can't be confrontational. You can't fight back, because if you fight back, we're going to let the person who started or initiated the fight, as in the case of George Zimmerman, we're going to make them out to be the victim, make you out to be the wicked one, even though you're now dead. And we're going to make the whole world think that you are the evil confrontational one, even though we initiated the whole thing. That's what we're dealing with. Is that a good analogy, family? Is that what we're dealing with? Or have they been treating everyone across the board fairly and equally? I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I know these racial topics are very, very difficult to deal with, but it is what it is. And of course, I always have to bring it back home. All of this was prophesied. It was all prophesied that this is how it would be. So it's kind of like they can't help it. Right? I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling you why. Because for a lot of people, it's weird to witness people do such things to another group of people for so long and not feel anything. A lot of people say, well, man, that is strange. But if it's prophesied, that means it's embedded in the DNA. It is what it is. And if you just so happen to look like the people that I'm talking about and you don't feel that way, then don't take any offense to it. It is what it is. Not every spirit that circulates in another person is in the next person too. Some people have a more repentant mind and heart towards these things. So don't sympathize if you hear us merely talking about what is just so very clear and obvious. It is what it is. Just like when I talk about the fact that this is prophesied, it is what it is. Okay? In the comment section, share your thoughts. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share and like this video. And with that, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel. And also comment, share, like, and subscribe.